Welcome, everyone. It is episode 30 of Not In, All In, where myself, Kirk Buchner, I'm joined by Chris Meridian, my usual partner in the elevator show. Longhorn Dave couldn't be with us today, but today we are looking at just the things that are interesting to us over the last week, and it's none of it's on the field, as we're sort of finding out. My God, let's just get right into it, Chris.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, Chris Paul. Chris Paul knew probably before he announced it, well before he announced it, that he wanted to retire this year. He signed a one-year contract with the Los Angeles Clippers, taking a $3.2 million deal to do it, which seems like an awful lot. It's still not.
Yeah, I think it's just like the
Yeah.
veteran minimum for his based on his age or experience,
Yeah.
something like that.
And based on how he played the year before, he conceivably could have asked for more. Last year he was with the Spurs, started all 82 games. Is he an all-star caliber player anymore? No. Is he a good veteran presence? Absolutely. And he was producing. But this year, not so much. But he learned at 2:30 in the morning, his time in Atlanta, when they were on a road trip, the Clippers, that is, that his services were no longer needed. Lawrence Frank, the GM, came in and did that, despite really the issue coming from, as we would later find out, mostly the head coach, Ty Lue. Whether you like Chris Paul or not, and from what we've learned about Chris Paul, he can be a bit of a headache at times, but he's still a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
And you don't do him dirty like that. I don't think you do somebody who's a 10th man on the roster dirty like that and go into their room at 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, that the whole situation, because from what I've kind of read about it after it broke, was that
Yeah.
this situation where they're not releasing him. They're looking at trying to move him eventually, but they really can't do much until the 15th of December because of contract rules, as far as like when certain players can become eligible to be traded. So to come out here a week, 10 days in advance of that and say this publicly, it really is kind of shitty on the Clipper management part, which Clippers have a lot of issues off the court right now. Just another one that kind of falls into that realm there. But you read some of the stories, there's he said, she said type of stuff as far as the reasoning behind it. Obviously, none of us are going to know for sure. We're not there. We don't see it. But yeah, if you're not going to carry the guy through his contract, that's fine. You talk to him about it. You explain to him, but to make it public and then to kind of sit on it for.
Well, to be fair, Chris Paul was the one who leaked the news.
Okay.
But either way, they still did him dirty because the way we all learned, he put out an Instagram story where he said, well, it looks like I'm paraphrasing. I don't remember exactly what he said, but it was like one sentence. Well, I've just been informed I'm no longer a Clipper. Peace out. Yeah. So, he was trying to control that narrative. So having said that, we're not young men anymore, Chris.
No.
Can you remember a time in our life, other than that brief moment when it was Chris Paul and Blake Griffin, that, my God, the Clippers could really be something? And they never really were.
Hey, you kind of have to go back to those Boston Brave days in the 70s.
No, but I mean, the Clippers at one point, I mean,
Lob City, yeah.
Lob City, they were threatening, and it was a fun team to watch. Oh my God. I remember when I had like the basketball package, right? So I'm not a Clippers guy, but you'd be watching that because for Blake and Paul, it was so much fun.
Yeah.
Here we are, where Chris Paul, the greatest Clipper, greatest player on that team, period, that they've ever had. When I ever get around to a Los Angeles Clippers top 50, it's not something I'm really rushing to do. because I've got that done for a lot of teams, not complete in the NBA. It's Chris Paul, number one. I don't have to think about it. Nobody would have to think about it. Nobody can possibly convince me that anyone else should be there. But the timing is just so bad. He starts the season, a few days into it, says, all right, this is going to be my swan song. And then you can imagine that as he's going from city to city, he might get a video package here, a video package there,
Handshakes after the game,
yeah,
stuff like that. Yeah.
Which he deserves.
Yeah.
Which he absolutely deserves. Some people probably don't even want to announce it. I guarantee you, Jokic won't do a retirement tour.
No.
He will just say, he may not even do that.
Yeah.
But if this is how he wants to go out, for sure. Now, the Clippers, believe it or not, actually were considered contenders. They're trying. We know all the issues behind the scenes, but they did trade for some pieces. They brought in Brook Lopez. They signed Bradley Beal, who got hurt. And as of this recording, they've only won 5 games. So I don't think anyone thought the Clippers were going to win the title, but I don't think anyone thought the Clippers were going to be basement dwellers either. Paul probably would have had he stayed with the Clippers, well, had a lot of things sort of gone right. I think Paul expected to have a run in the playoffs, one more. And I hope he does. I hope there's some teams that'll take him. I'm sure LeBron behind the scenes will do what he can. That's one of his best friends.
Yeah, we'll finally get that Chris Paul to the Lakers trade that we were denied.
That's
15 years ago.
Oh my God, yes.
But his contract, being a veteran minimum like that, is going to be relatively easy to move. Finding the right team is, that he'll agree to go to, and that wants to take him on as a 10th, 12th player on the roster.
Mm-hmm.
But for sure.
Just the whole thing's disgusting to me. And sure enough, it's the Clippers. I don't know why anybody would want to sign with the Clippers at any point, other than the fact, I guess it's Los Angeles, and a lot of people seem to really want to be there. I personally don't, but then I'm not a basketball player, so.
Yeah, because there once, that's enough for me.
Yeah, I had an argument with my wife because she says like, well, we could go to LA for a weekend. Like, just, I don't want to. And I say all this, and I might go there and really like it. So if that happens, I'm going to keep an open mind. But either way, the Clippers organization has been ass. And it should have been a lot better when you've got the guy who pretty much can buy out the other owners if he really wanted to. And they're still ass. And yeah, go ahead.
It really doesn't make sense how they can be this bad, this dysfunctional for this long. You would think at some point they would just stumble into a right hire here or a top, it's draft pick that just kind of blossoms beyond, original expectations there to lift the team up. It's
or you just get lucky.
Yeah. You get that free agent that, like you said, wants to play in LA, can't get on the Lakers, so he'll take the Clipper job.
I mean, one of the teams you want to contract, the Marlins have 2 World Series titles.
They do?
Yeah, and ownership there is so bad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they got that beautiful stadium out in Miami. It's always good weather. No one wants to go.
Yeah, you're in Miami. Why do you want to go inside? You want to be outside at the beach and at the.
Well, you're still technically outside, but it seems like a really fun stadium. Having said that, why do you want to invest your money in an organization that has no interest in actually being good for an extended period of time? Mm-hmm. They don't. The Clippers do want to. I believe Steve Ballmer really wants to. That's why he sort of engineered his people to sort of like go out and try to win. But here we are, a veteran done dirty. It's disgusting. It's awful. And well, the Raptors are actually good this year. So obviously I'm cheering for the Raptors. Should they hold on and make the playoffs? Wherever Chris Paul lands, I hope he gets that ring. I really do. I don't want him to be on that Mount Rushmore with Charles Barkley as the best players never to have a ring.
Sure.
Because that's where he's headed right now. It's where he's been headed for a while. I mean, other landing spots, by the way, could be teams that he's played for before. Phoenix, Houston, which could probably use him. the one that would be the most fun, but they don't really have a spot for him. He was only there 1 year, but he mentored this man. And wouldn't it be perfect considering how they fleeced them? OKC. Because he helped mentor Shea. Because think of this too. The Clippers are they're terrible. They're awful. Their first round pick is going to Oklahoma City.
Yeah. Yeah, that was one of the reasons why they're awful. The decision like that.
And next year it's going to go to Oklahoma City. And there's no reason to think that the Clippers are going to be that good next year when all your players, your top players, are now a year older.
Mm-hmm. And they weren't exactly young to begin with.
They are not.
Lopez, Harden, Kawhi, Chris Paul, obviously he'll be gone, but Bradley Beal, another year older and another injury older.
Yep.
So not a whole lot of light at the end of that tunnel there for the Clippers right now. So we'll see where that goes, though.
And they deserve it. Doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah.
Not in the least. From there, we only had really two topics that I wanted to go through. I had to take a second shower today because as today, you want to know why?
Oh, sure, go for it. Yeah.
No, not because I had any kind of pungent odor or anything like that. It's just because I had a dirty feeling. I got all excited because FIFA announced their World Cup, like the pools.
So you post on X there about it. So
yeah. So
best of luck with that.
I'm sure that'll happen. Evan and I always have usually a small wager, usually just for one bottle of beer.
Okay.
Yeah. So like actually when we were at that bar in Canton, I finally got to, because we kept betting and betting and betting. And I worked my way down from -6 beers to -1. So I got to pay off that bet there. I think we only had one beer there, right? But so yeah, it's like
even.
I never know when the next time I'm actually going to pay, be able to sort of like pay that up. Because if it's gambling, usually I'm going to lose. But I have got a three-headed monster that of sports and really in life. One thing that I always get pissed off more than anything else is hypocrites. I am a hypocrite in this sports three-headed monster. FIFA. That's why I felt dirty getting so excited about all this stuff.
Sure.
Especially because the World Cup's going to be in a city that I live in and I can't afford to go. I can't even come close to afford to go, but I'm just going to be hanging around the stadium like, 2 is the Olympics and 3 is NCAA, mostly college football.
Sure.
Which is, I want to say has gotten worse, but in some ways it's sort of better. I remember having an argument with lots of people, and I was one of the few people who found it. Well, I found it. I think, I don't know how you feel about this, but it always bothered me when a superstar football player or a superstar basketball player were seeing their likeness monetized and they couldn't see a dime from it.
Sure.
Couldn't do an autograph, couldn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Now we've sort of, again, the pendulum has swung so far that we're going to see a lot of players who might just stay, especially in basketball, I might think, especially in women's basketball. There's no reason for them to come out early if they can. If you're a superstar, you make more money probably playing in college. But that's neither here nor there. We're going to talk about a coach. And I think I made the joke not that long ago that the Cam Newton thing about your oceanfront vista that you can sell in Wisconsin.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's sort of like, I think you can sell that to anyone who thought Lane Kiffin was going to stay in Mississippi. That was never going to happen. I can't hate him for it. That's the reality of college football, especially when you have something that sort of ends around a semester and you've got to get everything amped up for everything else. Mississippi generally usually isn't good, or more accurately, it's hard for them to compete in the most loaded conference in college football.
Sure.
And he got them to 11 wins. He got them to the national playoffs. And with a decent seed, it looks like. I mean, they haven't announced that yet, but that's probably going to be the case with a possible home game to start. Although maybe the committee might sort of say, well, they're in turmoil and then lower them, which is their right to do it.
Yeah.
We'll see. But I don't know how they do it. I don't think they can do it. But obviously, this is not good for the sport. No one's really seeming to talk about it too much. Kiffin, we knew was going to do it because he's done stuff like this before. Kiffin has no loyalty other than to Lane Kiffin. Is he a very good coach? The results have shown that he is. He clearly can recruit. And what he has done in Mississippi is incredible. So no wonder the prettier girls, even though they have a less pretty record, LSU, Florida State, and Florida wanted him. They got more money. They got bigger tradition. He goes with LSU, and he's not even going to be there for his team to go to advance through. Wouldn't that be funny if Mississippi wins the whole thing? That wouldn't that be an elevator down, obviously, and a great story?
It would be the story of the year right there.
Oh, wouldn't it be great?
Yeah. All the
I said I don't hate Lane Kiffin, but I hate the process.
Situation.
I hate the situation. I hate that he's allowed to do it. I hate that he could just sort of like just go, and there's nothing they could do.
Yeah.
Saying that, where do you go from here? Is this something that we just have to accept? And I think I have to. Obviously, I just like what Kiffin did. I think there's ways that he could still handle this better while making this ultimate decision. But obviously he wants to go recruit and also recruit his own staff, which he was doing.
Yeah.
And I guess legally he can do it. I don't know how he can, but he can. So it's like, do I hate the player or do I hate the game? I hate the game, but I'm going to keep watching the game because that's my third-headed monster.
Yeah. No, and it's like you mentioned, the timing of it all just kind of comes together at the wrong time for stuff like this. And we see it every year, just maybe not necessarily to this level with this
never with a big coach like this.
Right. I say this high profile of a coach, but there are a lot of teams that the coach is going to take the next step up job. And, North Texas, we use them as an example here. They've had a hell of a run this season. Their coach has taken a new position elsewhere, but I believe last I read is sticking through the bowl game. He's going to coach there. Another situation here locally where we had a few years ago when the Badgers were a decent team and going to bowl games, they asked their coach Paul Chris in the middle of the season. Jimmy Leonard, the defensive coordinator, took over, led the team to enough wins to qualify for the bowl game. Between the end of the season and the bowl game, they went ahead and hired Luke Fickell. And it was actually Fickell that coached in the bowl game, with Leonard kind of retaining assistant coach / DC duties on the sidelines. Really kind of a weird opposite type of situation where the new guy's coming in and already, taking on, a head coach role in a game for a team that he had never coached before. So kind of a opposite end situation there, which I don't know, they kind of set the precedent for the downfall of the organization here locally. But you have coaching staffs that need to be built. You have recruits that you need to either retain at the school you're going to or to try to take with you from the school you're just leaving. All that's kind of coming together in this short window where the regular season ends and the bowl seasons are picking up here. And unless something changes with the timing of all that stuff, this is going to be an ongoing problem for the foreseeable future. I don't know what the fix is on it.
There isn't one.
Yeah, right now there isn't one. Maybe somebody smarter than us can come up with something. I doubt it though, because we are actually quite intelligent here.
And modest too.
Yeah. So yeah, it's shitty for Ole Miss. It's shitty for the players there that busted their asses all season to get to this point. and to have this distraction now hanging over you while you're going in to play some of your biggest games of, potentially your biggest game of the year, it sucks. And I feel for the kids there that maybe lose out on their one good shot here with this team, because obviously teams are never the same, depending, regardless of the sport, year to year.
Only 2 years ago, Florida State makes it, and a lot of their players don't play, because of the transfer window and whatnot. So like bowl season's going to start in a couple weeks, and guaranteed in almost everyone. I try to watch them all. Mainly, it's sort of easy. I'm home all day, and it's like at 10 in the morning, and it's the buttfuck bowl. Hey, I could read. Evan and I used to do a game because I wanted to see. All right, how many of these companies have you heard of that are sponsoring these? And I thought, well, he's American. He's going to know a lot more. He didn't know a whole lot.
No, it's kind of gotten a joke. I'm on the opposite end of it. I think there's too many of them. I don't care about 41 bowls. Give me the 5 or so around the new year, the championship games, a couple of bowl games leading in around Christmas or something like that, and be done with it. That's all 20 bowls is enough for me.
Yeah, and sometimes it's not like you're. Yeah, what are you going to do with that bowl championship ring? Like, oh my God, that's a wonderful piece of jewelry. Oh, what's that? That's my ring from the Pop-Tart Bowl.
Yeah,
there actually is a Pop-Tart Bowl.
There is a Pop-Tart Bowl. They actually have the coolest mascot or tie-in or whatever you want to call it with the giant Pop-Tart at the end. But okay, we'll keep that one just because that one's fucking rocks. But
well, then there's also the Snoop Dogg Bowl. I wonder how that works, because like he's not paying for the sponsorship, so I'm gonna guess this is an NBC Peacock property because he's on one of those music shows that I don't watch, and I know he's gonna go to the Winter Olympics, so I know he's making some good NBC money.
I don't understand that marriage there.
Well, at least I know who Snoop Dogg is. I don't know what a lot of these other things are. Oh, you know what? We're going to play that game. How many do you know? I just want to know how many companies you know. That's a good way to end this. Don't you think?
I'm game.
All right. I remember though a while ago when I knew it was going to get bad. I was watching the Peach Bowl. I forget when. I want to say
Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl.
Yeah, and right at the end or right at the beginning. So it's the CEO of Chick-fil-A who says, and we're really excited, and all the announcers are pretending to be so excited. Moving forward, it's going to be now just the Chick-fil-A Bowl.
Yes.
No, so I think it's not even allowed to be called the Peach Bowl anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I got pissed off in the Rose Bowl, which was the Big Ten, Pac-10, so to speak, championship game. When they took that away, that kind of annoyed me because that was such a traditional matchup, New Year's Day location, everything else like that. So,
okay, so let's see how many of these we can figure out if we know actually what they are.
All
right. We're kicking off bowl season on the 13th. We don't know who's playing yet with the Cricket Celebration Bowl. Is that like
Cricket's a mobile phone?
I guess so.
All right.
The Bucked Up LA Bowl.
I'm out.
Yeah, bucked up. Didn't I say that there was the Butt Fuck Bowl?
You did.
Geez, there you go. And then since SoFi Stadium, there's no way they're getting 10,000 people. How is that going to look? So this will take place in Alabama. The IS4S Salute to Veterans Bowl. What's IS4S? If I didn't put on my glasses, I might have read the ISIS Salute to Veterans Bowl. That wouldn't have been good. No. In Orlando, we have the Staff DNA Cure Bowl.
Nope.
Okay. 68 Ventures Bowl.
Nope.
Okay. Okay, well, this one we know. Xbox Bowl.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, you know what Xbox is. Well, this one just seems to be sponsored by the town, so the Myrtle Beach Bowl.
Okay, well, hey, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Yeah.
I know where it is. Does that count?
Yeah. I mean, like I'm assuming that they're trying to get people to go to Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
All right.
The whatever you call it, the organization, the tourism board or whatever. Yeah.
That's okay. That actually makes sense. You can sort of like I'd rather see that tie in, like, oh, so here's some shots here from the beautiful beach.
Mhm.
Get some people might say, hey, honey, we've never been there. Uh this one where the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl.
No.
Okay. All right, this one I know. The famous Idaho Potato Bowl. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
That one's easy.
Yep.
It's been around a while too, so
Okay, the next two are super easy. The Boca Raton Bowl, the New Orleans Bowl. I guess neither of them could find a sponsor.
yeah.
Scooter's Coffee Frisco Bowl.
No. Oh, I've seen a Scooter's Coffee.
I think I have too. I think there
I
might
say
be
it's in
yeah,
Fond du Lac.
I'm not a coffee guy, so I never notice.
Yeah, I think I've driven past them. I'm not sure if it was in Fond du Lac or somewhere else.
All right, so why do I have to change the name of this? The Aloha Bowl was great. But now we have the Sheraton Hawaii Bowl.
Yeah, Sheraton hotels, sure.
Yeah. Although wasn't there like two? Wasn't there the Aloha Bowl and the Hawaii Bowl at one point?
Hmm. Thought the Hawaii Bowl was the Christmas night one or Christmas Eve one.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I mean, that'd be a cool one if you're sort of not playing for Hawaii. It's like, we got a trip to
Get
Hawaii.
spend
'Cause
a couple days in winter in Hawaii, sure.
and you're probably not from a school that you're going to be scouted too highly, right? So, wouldn't be a bad thing for a 20-year-old guy to go to. The Game Above Sports Bowl.
Pass.
Well, I'm passing on this one too. Rates Bowl?
Rates like
No, it just says rate, RATE.
Hmm.
Is this like an insurance company? I don't know.
maybe.
I don't know.
No.
This one boggles me too here. The Serve Pro First Responder Bowl.
Yeah, Servpro is
Oh,
recover like if you have flood or fire to your house, they come in and fix it also. So I've heard of them.
so it's like insurance.
No, it's not insurance. It's like a company that does the work to fix your house up,
Okay.
clean it up.
All right. Go Bowling Military Bowl.
So I've heard of Go Bowling because
Oh.
of NASCAR. They sponsor NASCAR as well.
But what is it?
Just bowling.
Literally, it's just
The
about bowling.
yeah.
And here's our special guest, Earl Anthony. Is he alive? I should know this. He's always.
You should know this.
I don't know this.
I don't either.
The Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl. I guess it's lawnmowers, and this is being held in the Bronx, which is known for their great gardens and yards.
Yeah.
Okay, this one, I guess it must be from a board trying to sell this food. Wasabi Fenway Bowl. I,
Yeah.
like I know like the avocado bowl or not,
Sure.
but like they always say like avocados from Mexico.
Oh,
So
you're right. You're right. Yeah.
is it like a lobby board trying to like say, hey, why don't you put wasabi on this? Like I don't know. All right. The Pop-Tarts Bowl.
Here we go.
Yeah. Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl.
Okay.
I guess he'll be there. That's kind of cool though. At least with Snoop, that he knows his football. He's a big football fan. Didn't his kid play college?
Sounds familiar.
I think so.
Yeah.
And I know they had like a Coach Snoop when he was like a thing on might have HBO because he was actually coaching high school football or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm okay with that. I mean, it's not like they said, all right, let's do the Sabrina Carpenter Bowl.
I wouldn't know who that is.
I couldn't tell you any of her songs, but I just know that she's a very big person among the 25 or something crowd, or well, she's maybe that age and came up through the Disney factory. So you know that mentally sure she's well adjusted.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Won't be hearing stories about her for the next 30 years.
Yeah. Hey, Sabrina, why don't you Google what Amanda Bynes looks like right now? That's your future, honey. Holy crap. I showed that to my wife because she loves all those Amanda Bynes movies from like
When she was normal.
yeah, like those man. You know, I think she
Yeah.
dated Seth MacFarlane. Somewhere Seth is thinking like
Dodge a bullet there.
yeah. I don't even know how to pronounce this.
Okay.
Isleta or Ileta, New Mexico Bowl.
I'm gonna guess it's something local to New Mexico, but I have no idea what it is.
Okay. Well, this one I know what it is. Tax Slayer Gator Bowl.
Sure.
I guess this is for the thing that always gives me the heebie-jeebies. No, they put toys in chocolate. Kinder's Texas Bowl.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like why are you putting stuff in that and like plastic and food? That's not
So
right.
I know there's a Kinder's like a barbecue sauce condiment company.
Well, it's
So I
in
think
Texas. Maybe that's what it is. It makes more sense.
so I think that's what it is.
Not too, but well, it's in Houston. Dave would know. Dave is Captain Texas. He'd have this right.
I have some bottles of it sitting in our cat pantry tonight.
Oh, there you go. Here's another one I don't know. J Lab Birmingham Bowl.
Kind of hoping maybe it's something out of Birmingham, the J Lab.
J Lo wouldn't do it. They couldn't afford her. Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl.
No.
Okay. Well, I know this for the commercials. Liberty Mutual Music City Bowl. Liberty. Valero Alamo Bowl. Is that like a car rental?
Valero is fuel.
Oh, close. Not really.
Is it?
I don't know.
Wait, hang on a second here. Yeah, okay, it's petroleum refinery. Yeah.
Okay. Another one I don't know. Relia Quest Bowl.
What is this mortgage company?
It sounds about right, doesn't it?
A cybersecurity. Okay.
Okay. Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl.
Kellogg's.
You know,
Frosted Flakes.
their food. Cheez-It Citrus Bowl.
Yeah.
SRS Distribution Las Vegas Bowl. Okay. Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic.
Okay.
Capital One Orange Bowl. Yep. Hey, Jennifer Garner, stop asking what's in my wallet.
I don't mind. She can ask.
I don't want to. I always found her annoying. But anyway. The Rose Bowl presented by Prudential. Well, we know what Prudential is.
Yeah.
And Allstate Sugar Bowl. Don't all these insurance companies get upset? Well, if I was an insurance company, I'm spending all this money. I'd just spend like 4 times and just say, no more insurance. Corner that market. There's only a few more. Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl.
Okay, so Lockheed Martin is a military industrial complex company.
Well, that makes sense. I wonder if they get a deal on that. It does make more sense. I don't think we want to have the Pop-Tarts Armed Forces Bowl. That doesn't have the same zing to it.
Nah, not quite.
AutoZone Liberty Bowl.
Yeah, okay.
From Charlotte, North Carolina. The only way I've ever heard of it is from these past bowls, but I've never actually seen it to buy. Duke's Mayo Bowl.
Yeah, I know the name from the bowl game, but I've never seen it in the store locally here. So
Okay. I thought it was more of a Canada thing, but I haven't seen any when I moved here to Seattle. So, uh, Holiday Bowl, I guess they didn't get a sponsor.
Good for them.
Yeah. Verbo Fiesta Bowl.
Yeah, rental.
Oh, so it is still
Okay.
called Peach Bowl, Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. And that's it.
Okay. All right.
Wait a minute. If the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl happens on a Sunday, can they still play?
No, it's got to be played on a day other than Sunday.
Okay, yeah. I was curious about that. But yeah, so there we go. That it's nice to know that that a bunch of other people have no idea what these companies are too. That
There
just
you
makes
go.
me feel better. Sorry for the
And
boredom kids, but
we're old. We do these kinds of things.
we're old. We don't really want to go out much anymore either.
Yeah, it's shitty outside.
Here it's just always meh. It's Seattle.
Yeah.
What
Cold,
can I expect?
cold and a foot of snow on the ground. It's
I saw the picture you put in the group chat.
yeah, good times, eh?
I've been there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say you've seen it, you know what it's
Oh
like.
yeah,
So it's
absolutely. Biggest
but yeah,
embarrassment I ever had snow. Well, not really embarrassment because I wasn't living there at the time. There was a big snowstorm in Toronto, and the mayor then called for the National Guard. It's
to
like
shovel.
I guess so, but I mean, like, come on, it's Toronto. It's not like you needed the. It's not like if it happened in Vancouver, there was a foot of
Hmm.
snow where they don't normally get. It was embarrassing.
Um, Closing a loop here from earlier, Earl Anthony has passed away.
But yes, okay.
Died in 2001. He's young too, just like 63 years old. So,
Mhm.
and actually, he was living several miles from where I am
Oh,
at the
okay,
time. So he was next town over.
nice. All right. Well, I guess we'll close off with just a thank you to all who voted for the United States Athletic Hall of Fame. We had a record number of votes, and my goal is that we're going to quadruple that again. So I want 100,000 votes from all
Tell
of
your
you.
friends.
Yeah. So big new. Well, you can check out that class probably by the time this goes up. The class will be up there, and also the video that we all recorded at www.theUSAHOF.com. Special thanks to a very classy gentleman who came on our show as one of our voters in terms of putting the nominees together. That's Upton Bell. Uh, every time we were announcing who got in, not every time, but we would say who got in, and then he'd have a story because he remembered them in real time,
Yeah.
or knew them, or hung out. It was so much fun. It was like going to the museum, but cool.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody that's been on the sidelines and seen players up close and
Mhm.
personal and
All sports too.
yeah, exactly, yeah, just wealth of knowledge and coming on here and sharing with us like that was a treat for us. So really appreciate that Upton took the time there the
Mhm.
other night to sit with us and share with us. That was fantastic.
Yeah, no, that was certainly a highlight. And yes, also we're closing off with Winnie the Mini Dachshund, who has decided to make her presence known. She was actually behaving really, really well. Oh, all right. So check out everything else that we do here in the Buchnerverse. There's going to be an update soon on the country music list. Special thanks to Aaron James Freeman, who put that together, because as much as I like country music, I am no expert in country music. I am not at all qualified to have done that. So thank you, Aaron, for your contributions in that. We'll talk a bit more about that probably next month, or I guess next year, as this would go. And all the other shows that we do, the Elevator Show, where Chris and I look at who made a better Hall of Fame case and who didn't. Evan and I have the Hall of Fame show, where we just sort of like look at anything that's really big Hall of Fame news, and obviously this show. And we're going to be doing a lot more interviews in January. We're pretty excited about that. So wherever you are, wherever you may be, make today count because it never comes again. Take care.